So how do you know where you should be spending your marketing money and your marketing time when it comes to getting new clients? Hey, I'm Michele Sism. I want to welcome you to Entrepreneurs Take Action. And today I want to talk to you specifically about that. We're going to talk about something called client mapping, which is going to help you to determine where to spend your marketing dollars and your time throughout the next year looking for new clients. So this is called client mapping, and it's actually pretty simple. We're going to start by getting together a list of your current clients who bought from you over the last 12 months. And if you're like a lot of internet entrepreneurs, online marketers, you might have a lot of people who bought small things from you, but I really want you to look at where did most of the money come from? Who were the big players in your business? Were they coaching clients? Who was it that spent the most money with you? And we're going to take that group of people and look at them. So we want to start by creating a chart. We're going to have 3 columns here. The first column is going to be who is the client. So their name is going to go in the first column. The second column is going to be how much money did they spend with you. And then the third is going to be where did they come from. Okay, so where did they come from? Name, dollars, and where did they come from? So let's start by creating that list of those clients. Let's say over the last 12 months you had maybe 10 big coaching clients. So you had Fred, you had Tom, you had Tina and Susan and Sherry, Robert. You get the gist here, right? Okay, so you would just make the list of all these people. And let's say that Fred spent $15,000 with you over the last 12 months. Let's say that Tom spent $10,000 with you over the last 12 months. Maybe Tina only spent $5,000. Susan, she's going to spend $8,000. Sherry is the big spender. She's spending $20K, and Robert will give him $15K. Okay, so we've made this list. Now this should not be difficult for you to do. Number one, you should be able to go into your systems and pull a list of all of your customers for the last 12 months and how much they spent with you. If you're using QuickBooks, an accounting system, you can do that in your accounting system if you're tracking it properly. If you are using a great CRM, then maybe you're using something there that you can pull these numbers from. That should not be difficult. The next piece you might have to do a little thinking about. So where did they come from? What did you do that got Fred to buy from you? Did you meet Fred at a speaking engagement that you went to? Did he get referred to you from someone you joint ventured with? Let's say, for example, that Fred came from a speaking engagement you did for the chamber. I'll say chamber speaking. Okay? Maybe Tom came from a sponsorship. Okay? So you sponsored someone's event. So the sponsorship was at, Cheryl's. Okay? So that you can know which sponsorship if you are doing multiple sponsorships. Tina, she came from that chamber speaking engagement. Okay? And Susan, she probably came from another sponsorship. And let's say that was a, oh Lordy, where did you go? We're going to give it back to Cheryl. And then Sherry is also coming from Cheryl's speaking engagement. And Robert came from a Google ad. You would do this, you would go through your entire list doing this, okay? So now you've got your schedule filled out. You should have 20 to 25, 30 people on here, hopefully. And you've determined who they are, how much money they spent, and where they came from. And take the time to think about where you would really give the credit to where they came from. It's an important part. The next thing you're going to do is you're actually going to eliminate those people from this list that weren't your ideal clients. So what makes them not your ideal client? Maybe they didn't pay on time, right? If you had to chase them for their payments every month, do you want to continue to do that? Maybe they man, some people just, when your phone rings or your email and their name pops up, you just get that feeling in your stomach like they weren't the right fit, right? So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go through here and you're going to eliminate those people that aren't the right fit. So we're going to say that, oh, Fred, he didn't really pay on time, so we're going to, actually I'll do this in another color so that you can see it. We'll eliminate Fred because his payments weren't great, and maybe Tina was just a real pain in the behind, if you know what I mean. So we'll eliminate Tina, and Robert, he bailed. He disappeared, right? He never finished his coaching contract or whatever. So we'll eliminate him. What we've done now is we've kind of narrowed down who those ideal clients are in this scenario. So we're looking at, in this particular instance, Tom, Susan, and Sherry. And so if we look at these three, actually look what happened. The sponsorship of Cheryl's sponsorship, what does that tell us? That tells us that Cheryl's community is a really good fit for what we do, right? That's a great joint venture. That's a great sponsorship to continue to do again, okay? So we would be looking at what's left and saying, okay, so why is this person a good fit for me? Why is that? Are they an ideal client? And where did they come from? And that is a place where I want to continue to nurture the opportunity, continue to nurture the community that is. So is it from sponsorships that you did and you should do again? Maybe you ran Facebook ads and you got a lot of great people. Think about where people came from that filled your events. This would be, client mapping would be something great if you have events and you're trying to fill them. You can look through who those attendees were and where did they come from. Did your sponsors bring them? Did joint ventures drive them in? Did Facebook ads drive them in? Were they already on your list? And if they were on your list, can you track back to where they came from? So this is client mapping. This is how you determine if where you spent your money on marketing over the last 12 months, if those are the same places you should go back to over the next 12 months. All right, I hope this was helpful. This is Michele Sissom saying be decisive, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.